You know, I feel fortunate to have been covering the Bulls at that time and being so close to watch this transformation of this young man just becoming the greatest basketball player that's ever played. Nothing could ever stop him from winning. It was all about winning. The flu game, they called it. It could have been the pizza game because he thought it was food poisoning and he looks horrible. He could barely talk, you know, and I didn't want to keep asking him about how you feel, this and that and the other. I could just see it in his eyes. I think he realized the situation. You have an opportunity to win a championship and it can go away. We're not going to wait till you get better and then play the next week. The thing that always brought the greatness out in him was a challenge. And he was just zoned in. And there was nothing that was going to stop him from playing his best and winning that basketball game.
The sold-out Delta Center, framed by the beautiful mountains here in Salt Lake City, Utah. We now go over to Dan Roberts, the PA announcer for tonight's game.
Good evening, fans, and welcome to the Delta Center for game number 5 of the NBA Finals with the Chicago Bulls and our Utah Jazz. And now, introducing the starting lineup for the Chicago Bulls. Wearing them.
Game 5 of the NBA Finals set to get underway in front of a raucous Jazz crowd here in Salt Lake City, Utah. With former player Clark Kellogg, Coach Mike Fratello, and reporter David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And Coach, Utah with the chance to take a 3-2 lead in this series.
And the Bulls do not want to go back to Chicago having to win both games. They need Michael Jordan at his best. He's hoping to rebound from what was a subpar performance by his standards in Game 4.
And that might be tough. We're getting a report, Clark, that Jordan is battling a severe illness tonight. We didn't know about it until right now.
Certainly not something the Bulls wanted to hear or see. As dominant as John Stockton has been in the past 2 ball games, Chicago's stars need to match his play. If MJ is less than 100%, a lot of that load then falls on Scottie Pippen.
You're right, he's going to have to step up. So taking the floor for the Bulls, it'll be Ron Harper and Michael Jordan in the backcourt. Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman man the forward spots. And at center, Luke Longley. For the Jazz, John Stockton will be at the point with Jeff Hornacek at the 2. In the front court, we have Brian Russell, Karl Malone in the center, Greg Ostertag.
And guys, I think it's already safe to say Jordan does not have his usual energy tonight.
Malone kicks to Russell. Harper against Stockton. Just 5 to shoot. The Jazz need to get off a shot here.
You know, Harper's a strong defender, crafty, and excels at sticking to his man and contesting shots with his reach.
Jordan, the pass to Rodman. The high post shot. A nice shot by Jordan. Clark with Michael Jordan clearly not feeling well. You have to wonder how many minutes he'll be able to play in this one.
And Kevin, you know, with Michael Jordan, he never wants to come out of the game ultra competitive. And yet Phil Jackson may be in a position where he has to make a tough decision. I mean, that's part of what a coach has to do. Sometimes you have to rescue a player from himself.
But Jordan never wants to come out, does he?
No, he wants to go the full 48 minutes.
And we mentioned Jordan feeling under the weather. And for more on that, let's welcome in our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. There is news on Michael Jordan. He woke up at 3 a.m. this morning with flu-like symptoms. He had a bad headache, he was sick to his stomach, and couldn't get back to sleep. He stayed in bed most of the day. He missed shoot-around and really didn't do any of his usual pregame routine. We'll see if it has an effect on him. Back to you, Kevin.
That's a dramatic story, David. Thank you. And that, Mike, is the big question. Will Jordan be his usual Michael Jordan self today?
Well, I'll say this much. In games where Michael has been sick or played through injury, a lot of times it's been the opponent that has to call for a doctor.
Good line. We'll see what happens. And, of course, Coach, all eyes on Michael Jordan as we try to get a sense of how his illness is affecting him.
Wouldn't take long to find out. Once he gets a few minutes under his belt, we'll see if he has the energy to keep going.
Yes, sir. And Clark, after a few quiet games to start the series, John Stockton's been sensational since the series has come back to Salt Lake.
I think you got to attribute some of that to playing at home, good home cooking. You know, we always talk about John Stockton's assist, but in these finals, his defense has been as good as his passing.
It has. And here's Hornacek following the three-pointer by Michael Jordan. Ostertag pass to Hornacek. Harper with the steal. Jordan against Hornacek. Jordan refusing to make his team carry the load, finding another basket.
Jordan's got a lot of flash to his game. A terrific guard, loves getting tricky with his ball handling and creating shots for himself.
So for the Bulls, Wennington is checked in for Longley, and Kerr is subbed in for Harper. And coach for Scottie Pippen, the effects of his foot injury you can see are still lingering.
Yeah, he hasn't been as explosive as we're used to. He's been in more of a post-up role for them in the past few games.
Ostertag pass to Stockton. Clock at 4. Russell from long range. Rebounded by Wennington. And here are the Bulls now. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Back to Jordan. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. There's the pick. A 3. And the Bulls another 3.
From the tip, this team has flexed its muscles and shown its dominance.
What a start, particularly on the offensive end.
Now, here is Hornacek. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Knocked away. Malone passes to Russell. Hornacek outside. Lets it go with a 3. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
You knock down the 3, so be it. I'll make one on you. Take that.
What an answer. Love the competitiveness of these guys. And one thing the Bulls need to do tonight is a better job at the free throw line. They only got to the line 12 times in Game 4, and they missed 7 of those 12 shots.
And you know, Coach, that was a huge difference in the ball game. A close game like that, missing that many free throws, that's a problem. The Jazz did play aggressive D, but they didn't really pay for that aggressive defense. I expect we'll see more of the same tonight. Hey, you know, something that separates Malone from other forwards, he's got a sweet jumper, which can draw defenders out of the lane, opening up things for Malone and his teammates.
Now, here is Jordan. He's got 13.
Well, he's consistent from out there, especially when you give him room.
Jazz trail by 9. 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And now here's Jordan pushing it up and no one back there.
Relentless effort from Jordan on the drive. Encounters the foul, but still gets a shot at.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. So Utah ends up going with the new group. Caffey, he's checked in for the Bulls. 24 seconds left here in the opening quarter.
Bulls foul. Steve Kerr. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Isley, defended by Kerr. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his first personal foul.
That one on Pippen.
Boy, that's a high IQ play on defense there.
That's a spot where you want to foul. Send the message.
And so he makes both from the line. Chicago leading by 9. Kerr dishes to Jordan. It's Pippen on the wing. With 4 seconds on the clock, he clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Well, they had a plan coming into this one, and they have executed on it perfectly.
Yeah, getting out ahead early on by stifling the competition on both ends of the floor.
And so it's Michael Jordan making things happen for the Bulls. And he's supplying a lot of their offense with it. And we're back for the start of the second quarter. It's Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Bulls star Michael Jordan still in distress with flu-like symptoms.
And I'll say, I don't think you could get a louder crowd than we have in Utah here tonight.
So with Rodman on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. Caffey is out there with Pippen. Then it's Michael Jordan. Then there's Longley. And it's Kerr in at the 1. Jordan against Anderson. Pass to Carr. Here's Isley. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. You're right about these fans. The Jazz crowd is sensing what an opportunity this could be.
Kevin, they sure are. It's an intense place to play. There's no denying that. And with a chance to take a 3-2 lead in the series, these fans have it turned up full throat.
Yeah, top volume. They are wild.
Yep.
Pass to Carr. And that one drops for him. You know, Mike, it's amazing to see the performance Jordan is putting on here. Clearly not at full strength, but still getting it done.
That's the kind of competitor he is. Remember, this is the NBA Finals. If MJ had to play on a broken leg, he'd probably still be out there.
You're probably right. Pass to Morris. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Five on the clock, and stolen by Longley. The pass to Kerr. Finished off the break. And the Bulls lead by 17.
This is how you execute in transition. Kerr just outworking everybody right there.
Passes it to Morris. They set the screen. Over to the left wing. Nice ball movement by Utah. Foster passes to Isley. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Hey, Clark, the Bulls doing a good job on Stockton so far.
Well, they know in order to muck up the Utah offense, you've got to start with the head of the snake, John Stockton. Get him out of rhythm. They learned that the hard way in games 3 and 4. They're determined not to let him beat them again.
Yep, they're stifling him. Basket counts. Jordan's got 26 points.
Taking the flu into consideration, Jordan has been tremendous so far in this one.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And Mike, in the battle between Michael Jordan and Karl Malone, 2 of the greats ever, Jordan has dominated so far.
Each team leans on those guys for the bulk of their scoring. And tonight, Jordan's taking the mailman to school.
For 3, Pippen. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists tonight.
3-point shooting, one of the strengths of Scottie Pippen's game.
Hornacek kicks to Stockton. Malone, a screen on Brown. Stockton's shot is good.
No way can you overstate how important this game is. I mean, the Bulls have only trailed in the finals once throughout the Jordan era.
And here's Jordan outside. They grabbed their own miss. Rodman with a screen on Russell. Here's Jordan. That's tipped.
This is what Ostertag does best. Fantastic job measuring the shooter and rising up to spot it away.
Outside Jordan. Jacks up a 3. A rebound by the Jazz. And Mike, if the Jazz pull this game out, the Bulls will be under pressure they're not used to.
True, but this is a tough team to rattle. Even if they do go down 3-2, I don't think they'll be easy to put away.
I would agree with you. Right side, Pippen. Off target from outside. And so Stockton will bring it up for Utah. They trail by 18. There's 1:38 left to play here in the second quarter. To the middle, here's Malone. Good. Score the basket. Mark him 4 for 8, shooting 50% so far.
Especially lethal in pick and rolls. Malone enjoys dissecting the defense in these sets. And it's hard to imagine a player performing as well as Jordan under such tough circumstances.
Outside Pippen. Outside Jordan. Pippen finds Jordan. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. Pennington comes in for Luke Longley. And it's Kukoc in for Scottie Pippen. Here's Stockton. .55 seconds left here in the second. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jump. The Bulls leading by 16. Trying to get something going, and Jordan throws it down.
Another night, another electric performance by Mike. Where does it end?
Tipped away, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Stockton. Harper, he's checked in for Brown.
Ron Harper.
Jordan looking it over. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Jordan's got 13 points now in the quarter.
Accurate from deep. Jordan's a guy you have to track beyond the arc.
Foul. Ron Harper. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
30 seconds left now here in the second. Inside, Malone. That's good, and a nice assist from Stockton. Malone's got 10 points.
I think this is where you get the ball to Malone. Feed the big man and let him get busy.
And 3 from Jordan. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Jazz trail by 19. Stockton down low. He's guarded by Harper. Malone down low. Hornacek for 3. He can't hit that time. And so it's Chicago with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And we'll be right back after that. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Mike Fratello, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge. We're ready for the second half here in Game 5 of the NBA Finals.
How about this Utah crowd? They get extremely loud. Remember back in Game 4, Phil Jackson had to wear earplugs.
Malone is out there with Ostertag. It's Brian Russell. Then it's Jeff Hornacek. And it's Stockton in at the point. That's the group right now for Utah.
Tell you what, if you let me pick just one point guard to run my offense, man, you could not go wrong with John Stockton. He might be my first pick. He's a prototypical textbook point guard.
And Mike, talking about the atmosphere in here right now, it couldn't get any louder.
Well, it's the last game of the year in Salt Lake, and maybe the biggest game in Jazz history. These fans are going to do their part for sure.
Yeah, they're going crazy. Pass to Malone. Over Longley. And Malone gets it to go on the assist by Stockton. And that's 12 points for Karl Malone. On defense, the Bulls' biggest goal tonight, Clark, was keeping Stockton in check. And so far, they've been able to do just that.
Well, it's clear Stockton is the hub of the wheel, Kevin. We all know that. And the Bulls doing a really good job to limit his penetration, clogging up the passing lanes, and really make everything uncomfortable for Stockton.
They are. And now let's hear from David, who has an update on Michael Jordan's condition.
Thanks, Kevin. I was able to ask Michael how he was feeling coming out of the locker room at halftime. All he did was smile and shake his head. It didn't look like he was feeling much better. Now, I talked to the head athletic trainer who told me MJ is exhausted, totally dehydrated, and, in his words, a little bit out of it. Back to you, Kevin.
Wow. David, thank you. Well, I don't know, guys. I'm not sure he's as out of it as it seems. Michael's always pretty much into it to me, Coach.
Well, we've seen it before with Jordan. When he's facing adversity like this, it can make his focus laser sharp.
It is amazing. Malone misses. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. Jordan kicks to Rodman. Back to Jordan. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Rodman. Jordan's got 5 points now this quarter. I'm glad we got a chance to check out that fantastic drive one more time.
He made that drive look easy, but that had a high degree of difficulty.
Hornacek passes to Stockton. He feeds it to Malone. And the jam by Karl Malone. And I think the question marks about Michael Jordan's health, Coach, have been answered by now.
From everything we're hearing, what he's doing is amazing. This is a guy who might need an IV. And still, he's out there tearing the Jazz up.
Unbelievable. And Utah making a change here. Anderson's checked in. And Chicago also making a switch. Kerr's checked in for Ron Harper. Stockton outside. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
You know, after he pulled off that really sweet and rare crossover, he seemed not to have anything left for the finish.
And with that, Jordan matches his 38 points in Game 2. What a performance.
Outstanding finishing there by Jordan. Terrific at getting inside and powering the flush down.
Here's Malone. Drills the baseline jumper. Malone's got 16 points.
Absolutely fearless with that mid-range shot. Surprised he got it up and over him.
That looked like he just knew where he was on the court. Great job to finish the play.
And here's Jordan outside. That pushes Jordan to a series high for scoring. And while dealing with the flu on top of everything else, we may never see another game like this. Let's it go from 14. Stockton, good. Stockton's got his second bucket of the game to go.
From mid-range now, Stockton can light it up. He'll take those shots anytime he can.
Pippen, the pass to Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
You see why they lean on him night in and night out.
Stockton against Kerr. Kicks it out to Malone. Uncovered. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Pippen's got his 4th rebound in this one. We thought this game could come down to who does more, Coach, Jordan or Malone.
And it's been a one-sided fight. Jordan's been the bigger presence by far. MJ may be sick, but he isn't going to let that stop him.
Stockton the pass to Malone. Chicago grabs the miss. Longley's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Back to Jordan. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
That's his first personal.
About as competitive a guy as I've seen, Jordan, finishing through the whistle.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Foster's checked in for Ostertag. Carr comes in for Malone. Morris is checked in for Russell. And Isley subbed in for Stockton. The Bulls also changing it up. Huntington comes in for Luke Longley. And it's Kukoc in for Rodman. Pass to Pippen. Good, and it's Jordan picking up the assist.
Michael
Jordan's got 4 assists now tonight. And 1:01 left here in the 3rd quarter. Out left to the wing. Here's Isley. Feeds it to Foster. Good work there as it goes. Foster's got his first points in this one.
I like how Foster looks to take high percentage shots. Such a smart player.
Pippen kicks to Jordan. Jordan is doubled. From downtown, drills it from outside. Jordan's got 49 points in the game.
3-pointers, clearly the difference for them here in the second half.
Tough to guard a whole team from beyond the arc. They've got it going.
Kukoc with the steal. And now here's Pippen with the fast break chance. Here's Jordan and the dunk by Jordan.
I love the floor awareness from Pippen, understanding when the defense is overcommitted.
Here's Isley, defended by Kerr. Isley, good.
A high percentage look. Can't get closer than that.
Pippen, the pass to Jordan. Back to Pippen. It'll count. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Right at the buzzer there, finishing the quarter with a big 3-point bomb.
Certainly got his team riled up. They loved watching that one fall.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this. Welcome back for the fourth quarter of this pivotal Game 5. With Clark Kellogg, Mike Fratello, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Michael Jordan still toughing it out despite his illness.
And a great bounce-back game for Jordan after a shaky performance in Game 4.
So with Pippen sitting on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. Wennington is out there with Caffey. Then there's Brown. Then it's Bush. And it's Jordan in at the shooting guard.
What separates Jordan from others, in my mind, is his singular focus. Nothing comes between him and the ultimate goal of winning the game.
Isley, the pass to Carr, and the dunk by Carr.
His athletic ability, especially his vertical, levels the playing field for him at the 4 spot, making up for his smaller build.
And it's stunning, Clark, to think that Jordan could have this kind of game in his condition.
You know, he's shown us in the past how he can rise to any occasion, but he missed 16 shots in Game 4. To see him tough it out and actually raise his game, remarkable.
It is remarkable in every way. Now the pass to Anderson. Now Carr. Passes it to Morris. Fires the 3. Michael Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. He kicks to Brown. Back to Jordan. Pass to Bushler. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got 6 assists in the game.
Excellent work off the catch that time. Bushler showing some real composure right there.
Over to the wing. Keefe with a screen on Jordan. Anderson passes to Keefe. Back to Anderson. Here is Keefe. Shot clock at 6. The shot by Isley, no good. And so Jordan will bring it up for Chicago. Pass to Brown. Jordan outside. And the Bulls another 3.
Tell you what, he's going to have a lot more chances to knock down shots if he continues to shoot like that from the three-point line.
Just watch the lanes open wider as the defense creeps toward the perimeter.
Nice ball movement by Utah. To the left side wing. Here's Isley. The pass to Keefe. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Keefe's got his first 2 points of the night. You know, it's just incredible, isn't it? For all the bad news, Mike, we've heard about Jordan's condition, he is still in complete command of this game.
MJ is such a motivated player. As strange as it sounds, maybe this flu gave him some inspiration because we're seeing him at his best.
And you know, because you've called all of his biggest games.
Hard not to respect how tough Jordan is inside. Really good at angling his body to pick up the foul call.
Michael Jordan.
And so Jordan nails both of them. And Mike, they've been careless with the ball tonight. That's hurt them.
Lack of focus, lack of discipline. They're better than this.
Carr with the ball to the right side. Carr sets a screen. Isley the pass to Carr. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And here's Jordan outside. That's 3 straight misses for MJ. He might be reaching his limits here physically. Morris inside. It's deflected. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. And they double up Jordan. Stolen by Anderson. Here's Isley. Passes to Carr. Anderson wide open. It's good from long range.
I like the pass there from Carr. Outstanding job scanning the floor and finding his open teammate.
Anderson's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land. Outside, Jordan. Takes it inside, and the dunk by Jordan.
A textbook screen creating a big-time opportunity.
You know, he certainly makes, doesn't he, Clark, the most of everything.
When you've got the chance, you have to take it. He held nothing back.
Pass to Isley. Pass to Morris. Lots of room. Here's Keith. Oh, look out! Look out! And he goes in for the dunk.
The attacking mentality on the glass. Keith is excellent at positioning himself to come away with second chance points.
To the wing right side. Puts up a three. Antoine Carr grabs the miss.
That was absolutely his shot to miss. Plenty of room at the arc. All set up. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Here's Bushler. Kicks it to Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
Quality pass by Bushler. He's a true team-first guy.
There's 1:17 left in the fourth. Here's Isley. Right wing. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
Foster's checked in for Utah. And Chicago also making a switch. Harper's checked in. He kicks it to Jordan. Here's the screen. There's the lob to the hoop. Here's Isley. Out to Morris. This one for three. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Nice play there to spray that pass out to the perimeter for the shot.
Morris has gone 50% from the arc, 1 of 2. Harper the pass to Jordan. And they double up Jordan. Michael Jordan on the wing. And there's the pass to Wennington. Back to Jordan. 6 to shoot to the left wing. Takes a three. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. And the basket is good. The call goes his way, and we could be looking at a three-point play.
Third team foul. Utah foul. Chris Morgan.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Out to the right wing. Keefe passes to Isley. Keefe with a screen on Harper. On the wing, Morris. Passes it to Keefe. From deep three-point range, can't get it to fall. And now, Mike, the Bulls just one win away from their second straight NBA title.
You have to think this series is theirs for the taking. I don't think Utah can go into Chicago and win 2 straight.
It'll be a tough task, Clark, to say the least.
Assuming Michael Jordan is back in full strength, Kevin, it very well could be an impossible task.
Clark Kellogg, Mike Fratello, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our 2K team. This is Kevin Harlan signing off. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.